Ready to open the hood? UseTool for the tutorials.
And for car parts, the right idea is the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
You can find the bulk turbocharger used in the video exclusively on the Mr. Auto website and under the link in the description. Turn your engine off, pull up the handbrake, pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Take off the engine cover. You will thus be able to see the turbo of your vehicle. Loosen the clamp on the conduit between the turbocharger and the flow meter. Then remove it. On the conduit between the resonance absorption unit and the fitting, loosen the clamping clip at the fitting. Unscrew the screw holding the resonance absorption unit using a T30 Torx socket. Using an 8mm spanner, unscrew the screw holding the turbo of the resonance absorption unit. Then remove it. Lift the unit to remove it from its slot, then take out the turbo. Using a multi-bit screwdriver and an 8mm socket, unscrew the 3 screws holding the turbo heat shield. Using a socket wrench and a 10mm Allen socket, unscrew the Banjo bolt of the lubrication line on the turbo. Then remove the screw. Spray all the screws that hold the turbo to the exhaust manifold with penetrating oil. Using a socket wrench and a 6mm Allen socket, unscrew the 4 screws holding the turbo to the exhaust manifold. Spray the nuts that hold the turbo to the engine block with penetrating oil. Next, using an 11mm spanner, unscrew the 2 upper nuts holding the turbo to the engine block. Then unscrew the 2 lower retaining nuts using a socket wrench, an extender, and an 11mm socket. Next, using a socket wrench, an extender, and a 7mm socket, unscrew the clamping clip on the turbo oil retain hose. Using a flathead screwdriver, disconnect the oil hose from the turbo. The turbo is now free. You can remove it from its slot.
Okay, guys, if we can share this video with you and help you save a lot of money, is also thanks to our partner, Mr. Auto. So, if you want to support us and buy the parts for this operation, visit their website. Okay, back to work.
You will find the bulk parts and products used in the video on the Mr. Auto site and in the link in the description. Take the new turbo and secure it in a vise. retrieve the guide screws from the resonance absorption unit on the old turbo. Remove the plastic protection. Unscrew it onto the new turbo. On the old turbo, unscrew the oil retaining hose fitting. Once cleaned, install a new seal and screw it back onto the new turbo. Install the double-ended threaded rod in the same location as the one installed in the old turbo. Then use the nut and lock nut technique to tighten the threaded rod. Repeat the operation with the second threaded rod. Install the new metal seal on the intake manifold. Take the new turbo and install it into its slot at the intake manifold. Put the oil return hose back onto the turbo while the turbo is still free. Then screw the clamp back on. Take the new metal seal and install it between the turbo and the exhaust manifold. Screw the forward turbo retaining screws back onto the exhaust manifold. Finish off the tightening with a Torx wrench. Screw the two upper copper nuts back on using a spanner. Then screw the two lower nuts back on using the socket wrench. Finish off the tightening with a Torx wrench. To prime the new turbo and prevent it from running without lubrication during the first few seconds of the first start, it is essential to pre-fill the turbo with oil. Using an oil-filled syringe, pre-fill the turbocharger until the oil overflows. Install a new copper seal on the turbo. Then another one on the Banjo bolt. Then put the Banjo bolt back in place and screw it back on. We advise you to install a new Banjo bolt or to clean the old one thoroughly. Finish off the tightening with a Torx wrench. Put the heat shield back in. Tighten the 3 screws holding the turbo heat shield. Install the new seal included in the kit onto the resonance absorption unit. Oil the seal. Then put the unit back onto the turbocharger. Put the conduit back in place between the resonance absorption unit and the fitting. Screw the clamping clip back onto the fitting. Screw the absorption unit retaining screw back on. Screw the resonance absorption unit retaining screw back onto the turbocharger. Remove the plastic cover from the turbocharger. Put the conduit back in place between the turbocharger and the flow meter. Then screw the clamping clip back on. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from UseTool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We would be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.